If your business falls apart the second you take a day off, you do not own a business yet. You own a job with a lot more stress attached to it. And I know that sounds harsh, but most business owners already know this deep down. They know the business depends on them. They know every decision comes back to them. They know their phone never really stops buzzing, and they keep telling themselves things like, nobody can do it like me. I'll hire later. It's just easier if I do it myself. But eventually you hit a wall because hard work can grow a business in the beginning, but systems and leadership are what allow a business to keep growing. And one of the biggest turning points for any business owner is hiring the first real manager. Not another helper, not another employee you still babysit all day, a real manager. Someone who owns outcomes, someone who solves problems, someone who makes decisions without needing your approval every 5 minutes. And most business owners wait way too long to do this because they think hiring a manager means losing control. But the truth is the opposite. Hiring the right manager is how you finally gain control back. Now, before you hire anyone, you need to understand something important. A manager is not there to save your chaos. If your business is disorganized, unclear, reactive, and completely dependent on what mood you're in that day, hiring someone into that environment usually makes things worse because now you've added payroll on top of confusion. So the first thing that you need to do before hiring your first manager is identify what actually needs managing. Now, most owners are too vague here. They say things like, I just need help. That's not a role. That's exhaustion talking. You need clarity. What problems happen repeatedly? What decisions keep pulling you away from the growth? What fires happen every single week? What tasks require leadership instead of labor? Maybe your team consistently interrupts you because nobody else knows how to answer questions. Maybe customers only trust hearing from you. Maybe scheduling is a disaster. Maybe jobs are inconsistent because standards change depending on who's working. Those are management problems. And if you don't define the problem clearly, you'll hire the wrong person. Now, a lot of business owners accidentally hire another worker when what they really need was a leader. Now, here's the second thing. Stop trying to hire a clone of yourself. This is one of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make. They want someone who thinks exactly like them, works exactly like them, cares exactly like them. Nobody is going to care about your business exactly like you do. That expectation alone causes so many failed hires. What you actually need is someone who can create consistency because consistency scales. Your business should not depend upon your energy levels every day. That's not sustainable. And honestly, it usually is why business owners stay stuck. They become the bottleneck. Every decision, every approval, every customer issue, every team problem, everything runs through them. Then they wonder why they can't grow. You cannot scale a business that requires your consistent presence. So let's talk about who is your first manager actually should be. Most of the time, your first manager is not the most talented worker. And this surprises people because being great at doing the work is not the same thing as leading people. Some of the best workers become terrible managers because management requires communication, decision-making, accountability, emotional consistency, problem solving, ownership. You need someone calm under pressure, someone who doesn't create more drama, someone who naturally takes initiative, someone in your team already trusts. And honestly, one of the best signs you've found a future manager is this. They solve problems before bringing them to you. That's a huge indicator because business owners do not need more problem reports. They need problem solvers. Now, once you identify the right person, this is where most owners make another mistake. They promote someone, but they never actually give them authority. So now the manager has responsibility without power, and that never works. If every employee still bypasses the manager to come directly to you, then you're still the manager. You just added another layer of payroll. Your team needs to understand this person now owns outcomes. This person handles operations. This person makes decisions. And you have to reinforce that consistently. Otherwise, your business structure never changes. Now, does that mean you disappear completely? Of course not, especially early on. But your role starts shifting. You move from doing everything to building the people who run everything. That's leadership. And honestly, this is the part a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with emotionally. Because when your business has depended on you for years, stepping back can feel uncomfortable. You almost feel guilty. You feel disconnected. You feel anxious when things happen without you. But if your long-term goal is freedom, sustainability, and growth, this shift is necessary. Otherwise, you end up building a business that owns you. And a lot of exhausted business owners are living that reality right now. Their business makes money, but they can never unplug. They can never take real vacation. They miss family time. Their stress follows them everywhere. And eventually, the business becomes the thing draining their life instead of improving it. That's why hiring your first manager is bigger than operations. It changes the entire structure of your business. Now, let me give you a practical framework. Before hiring your first manager, make sure you can answer these questions clearly. What outcomes does this person own? What decisions can they make without you? What standards are non-negotiable? How will success be measured? What recurring problems are they responsible for solving? And if you cannot answer those clearly, your manager will consistently feel confused. And confused employees create inconsistent business. The clearer the structure, the better the leadership. This is also why documenting systems matters so much. A manager cannot manage chaos effectively. You need repeatable processes, clear expectations, defined standards. Otherwise, every issue turns into another emergency. And if you've never felt like your business consistently needs you to rescue it, that's usually a systems issue, not a people issue. Now, another important point. Your first manager probably will not be perfect, and this is where a lot of owners panic. The second someone makes a mistake, they say, "See, this is why I do everything myself." But let's be honest, you make mistakes too. The goal is not perfection. The goal is building a business that functions without depending entirely on one person, including you. So expect a learning curve, expect coaching, expect adjustment. Leadership development takes time, but if you commit to it properly, this is usually the stage where business owners finally start breathing again, because now they're no longer carrying the entire company alone, and that changes everything. It changes stress levels, it changes growth, capacity, it changes culture, it changes consistency, and eventually it changes your life, because freedom in business is not about escaping work. It's about building something that no longer collapses every time you step away. And that starts with leadership. Not hustle, not longer hours, not becoming more available. Leadership. So, if your business currently depends on you for everything, this is probably your next step. Not more grinding, not another late night, not squeezing more tasks into your calendar, building management, building systems, building structure. That's how business grows beyond the owner. And if this hit home for you, save this video, because most business owners do not need more motivation right now. They need a better structure. And if you know another business owner who's drowning in their day-to-day activities, send this to them. It might be the mindset shift they actually need.